Hi, and welcome to Google 101 Student and Parent Training. I am Jennifer Hollowell, the Technology Director for Liberty Prep Christian Academy, and I'm also the sixth grade technology teacher. We hope this training helps familiarize you with the Google tools that we use. The top 4 tools we are talking about today are all a part of Google Workspace. The first is Google's cloud-based storage device. This is where all of the students' documents, files, folders, presentations, etc. are saved and stored, and they can be accessed without trouble from any device. Think filing cabinet. The second is Google Docs. This allows you to create all sorts of documents and collaborate with other users. This is Google's version of Microsoft Word. Third is Google Slides. It is used for creating and editing presentations. This parallels Microsoft's PowerPoint. And finally, we have Google Sheets, which is a spreadsheet application used to formulate and share data. This is comparable to Excel. These 4 are all a part of Google Workspace, as I said before, and because they are web-based, you can access them on any device at any time. And everything that you do using these tools will be saved and updated in real time, so there's no worrying about losing data. What makes Google different? Well, you can access it, like I said, on any device at any time. It's saved and updated in real time. It allows for faster teacher feedback and also for collaboration and sharing between students. Before we go into detail with Google Drive and Google Classroom, I'd like to show you how to sign into your Chromebook. It is very important to remember that you will have 2 different usernames and passwords at school. One is for Google, which includes your email and logging into your device like we're going to do here. And the other username and password set is to be used on Fax. You will receive both logins during the first week of school. It is also important to note, parents, if you allow your students to have a personal login on their Chromebook, meaning it's a different login than their school login and does not contain their school email address, it must be a completely separate profile than the Google profile that uses their school address. If they are not completely separate profiles, the student will be unable to access many of the documents that are provided to them by their teachers. One way to ensure that you're always using the correct profile is to make sure that you're logging in with the username that contains your Liberty Prep email address. So on this page, this is what you should see on your Chromebook if you are logging in for the first time. Now, your email address will vary somewhat, but for the most part, it usually is your first initial last name at libertyprepnc.com. Remember, you will receive this the first week of school, usually at orientation, and you will also get a password. So once you have this information, you will enter your email here and click Next. It will bring you to this page where you enter your password and click Next. This will bring you to the Google homepage. Now, it's important to note that your password that you're given at the beginning of school is considered a temporary password, and you should change it as soon as possible. You can change it here within your profile on the Google homepage. So as you can see here on the Google homepage, you have your search bar like you normally would when you're using Google. And we also have what we're going to use a lot, and we call it the waffle. So the waffle is right here. It's 3 dots in rows of 3. And like I said, we call it the waffle. The waffle is where you can access many of the other Google tools that are available to us. You can also access your Gmail right here. This is one of the locations you can access it. And we're going to go through that in just a little bit. So if you click on your waffle, this is what comes up. Within your waffle, you have the ability to look at your account information, your Gmail, your Google Drive, Google Classroom, Google Docs, Sheets, Slides, and your calendar. There are many other Google tools that are available to you, and some of your teachers will go over them with you if they use them. But these are the main ones you should be familiar with. We're first going to click, while we're in the waffle, we're going to click on Google Drive. So once we click on Google Drive, this is the view that we see. And students, you'll see that you have the ability to have a variety of folders like I have here. So you may have one for English, one for math, one for technology, history, and then you have all of your files right here below. So anything that you're working on in docs or sheets or slides is going to be right below. Here in Google Drive, you can also click on the search bar because as you go through your school career, you're going to just continue to increase the number of files and folders that you have. So you may find that search bar necessary if you're looking for a specific assignment within your Google Drive. There are some areas to note here. You may be collaborating with other students and they are sharing a file or folder with you. So here on the left, you would find those in the shared with me area. You can also look at your recent files or folders, anything that you've opened recently. And if you are in your Google Drive and you would like to create something new, like a folder, you just click on the plus button right here on the left-hand side. And when you do that, it will allow you to create a new folder, upload a new file or a folder, or create a Google Doc, Google Sheet, or Google Slide. So as you see, we're never far away from that waffle. So let's go ahead and go to Google Classroom so you can see what that looks like. So Google Classroom. There are so many benefits to Google Classroom. One is that the assignments are easily shared between the student and the teacher. The teacher can add assignments to a calendar, and so can you to keep organized. And Google Classroom, like your Google Drive, also stores your docs, your slides, and your sheets. So Google Classroom is a great way for teachers to communicate with their students quickly. It also adds a way that students can communicate back to the teachers and sometimes between each other. It just depends on if that is allowed by the teacher. So in this instance, you're looking at one tab for one class. Your student will likely have several tabs. For instance, this could be technology, then they would have another class tab for English, another class tab for math, and so on. So once you're in Google Classroom, if you click on the name of the class, so here it's technology, it's going to ask you for a class code. And generally, your teacher is going to provide that class code for you. And once you have that class code, you will input it here and click join, and that will allow you to join the class. Now, once you've joined the class, you will begin to see Google Classroom a little bit more in depth. So here, what you're looking at is what's called the to-do list. So there are so many benefits to Google Classroom. This is just one of them, but this is where you can see all of your assignments in one place for this class. And it lets you know whether your assignment has been turned in, when it was turned in, if it was turned in on time, or if the assignment, as you can see here, has just been assigned and no work has begun yet. And then it also gives you the due date. So very useful information. So that is your to-do list. Now, also in Google Classroom, you have something that we call the stream. So the stream basically has announcements from your teacher. It has student questions if that is something that your teacher is allowing, that the student can post questions there. Or just new posts in general. Maybe there's a sheet that the teacher wants you to look at. She's going to let you know that she's putting that here in Google Classroom. So we're moving on from the stream, which we just saw, to the tab called Classwork. Now remember, this is one class. This is technology. So for this one class, these are all grouped by topic. So these are Google assignment classes, our assignments, EduTyping assignments, study skill assignments. And the student could go in and see all of these by topic or by chapter. They can also go into people and they will see who is in their class, and then grades if the teacher is putting grades in Google Classroom. Now, again, we're not far from Google Drive over here. We can get back to Google Drive if we need to by clicking this button here, or if we want to see the calendar, it's right here below the waffle. So remember, your waffle is here. That will take you back to any Google tools. And then, of course, your account information. I know this is a lot of information, especially if this is your first time using any of the Google tools. So we're here to answer your questions. Please feel free to reach out via email. I've posted here my email address for you. I'm happy to help you at any time. My office is located in the back part of the admin building. It's across the hall from Nurse Hessel's office. So if a student should need to come see me with questions or password resets or anything of that nature, that's where they can find me. I hope this has been helpful for you. Thank you for watching.